You to write a letter thanking that attorney for his or her time, and stipulate again that you are interested in the position. And you start out by saying, it was a pleasure meeting with you today. And so draft a letter that will thank that attorney for his or her time. Very important. It even, and you think, well, I know it's this process of waiting is so painful. It really is. I know it is. And there are many times I didn't get the job. But to put out this extra effort to thank the attorney for their time, it goes a long way. One attorney that I worked for, he knew that this was so important, and he would even just, talking to a business person, anybody that he met through an organization like the Rotary, that he would go to Rotary meetings, and he received business that way because he did business law, and a lot of the people at the Rotary were business men and women, and I think it was only men then. But those thank you letters go a long way as a person who wants a job. So send that. And if this attorney received a thank you letter, that would have had an extra impact on him because he's so aware of how important it is. So do that, and make sure there are no typos or anything like that. And you're saying again that you are very interested in the position, and that's, you close it out. Thank you again, and I look forward to hearing from you. Let it go at that. You go the extra mile doing that. That's it should be normal manners to do that, but that's been lost along the way. Do this. Type it out, print it out, sign it. Now, let's go to the envelope. We're going to fold it up. We're going to put it in the envelope. And on the front, we are going to put the name and address on there, and the name of the attorney you interviewed with, the address, wherever this is. But above the attorney's name, put personal and confidential. It has a better chance of getting directly to the attorney if you do that, okay? So let's see if I can locate the questions, because I'm on my mobile phone. I'm on my phone right now, so let me see. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, it's not showing me your messages, but I think someone said, and if someone that's watching, if you would just say hi, that will bring up the messages, I believe. It's just funny how YouTube works. But anyway, or you just say hello to me, yeah. Well, Cedric, I disagree with you wholeheartedly. So, and that's why I teach what I do. And getting a job is hard because, number one, we're not communicating to the attorney how we're a fit for the position. That's what I find with a lot of my new students. One lady messaged me, she emailed me, and she was in a state not too far from me, and she said she tried for 6 years to get a job. And this is whether you have a 2-year degree, a certificate, or none of the above. The 3 ways to get in this career. But if you don't communicate how you are a fit, if what anybody's relying on is the degree, the certificate, or other types of degrees, because that should give you an open door into it doesn't. It does not. You've got to communicate where in your cover letter how you're a fit for the job. So this is an extra added bonus tip that I talk about in many of my videos. Okay? And that cover letter has to communicate that. Paralegal playbook. So it's how that how you are applying for that job and what you're showing and telling. And it can't be, well, I have this piece of paper that says, I knocked it out of the park in a 2-year degree program or a certificate. Here you go. That doesn't tell the attorney what you know how to do. And they don't offer training. And if the ad says that, it's not true. Okay, it's very, that may go on for a couple weeks and then it stops. So before you send out your resume and cover letter, before you start relying on degrees and certificates, it's time to do a lot of research about what the paralegal duties are for that area of law. Now comes really, that's another part of the work. And get the paralegal playbook, free PDF, and look at the page where I talk a little bit about how you research, very simple, on Google, okay? And you get a notebook. I'm not going to dig it out of my pile of notebooks now. 6 years, yes. Yes, she tried for 6 years and nobody would hire her. And I said, what are you showing and telling? Let's think about this. That attorney and the office manager, if they have one, they need, even if you're new, even if you have 0 experience, yeah, you can land a job. You can't land the jobs that require 3 to 7 years experience. That's logical, right? That should be logical. But you can land some of the other jobs. But you have to prove that you know how to do some things. All of it? No. You won't believe how much you have to learn, even if you have a 2-year degree or a 4-year degree. I don't care if you have a PhD in paralegal studies. That doesn't teach you the practical side of being a paralegal, and that's what the attorneys need. That's what they want. I will preach this until I can't talk anymore because it's a disservice to people when they're not taught this. And just like someone walked into Walmart as a new graduate of a pharmacy tech course and walked in, and this girl said, well, where'd you all go to school? And my cousin was there, and she said, and they all said, no, we didn't go to school. And she's like, and you got a job here? Well, all they had to do really was pass a test. You didn't have to go to school. Well, the difference with the paralegal field is there's no test you have to pass, you can get in. So if somebody can get in and land a job without a degree and without a certificate, see, you didn't waste your time. You will use what you learned. But there's a whole area that you did not learn, that was not taught. So I want you to get the paralegal playbook. Go to my website, paralegalcoffeetalk.com. Then, once you're there, look down at the top and go to Paralegal Resource Hub. And, well, you'll see the playbook listed there. Go get that. It's a no-charge PDF. And look through there, and especially the page where you have to look up paralegal duties. Now, what do you know how to do when you find out what those duties are for the area of law where jobs are open? What do you know how to do? So those are the big questions to ask yourself, and then go learn that. And if you can, then come on over to, look at the website under courses, the cover letter secrets class, and then just not under courses, but off to the right of that, paralegal inner circle class. This is where you learn some of the most important practical duties for a paralegal in general, okay, that will take you far. So don't give up. Don't get bitter. Don't give up. And keep going, okay? And discover, because of what I'm telling you, in your cover letter and then in the interview, exactly what you know how to do. It might only be 3 of the duties. you know. And when you look at those duties, maybe you're going to be a little shocked. And maybe you'll say to yourself, oh, I didn't know what I didn't know. And now I will learn some of this, and then I will communicate it in my cover letter. And it has to fit their area of law. And then I will get that interview, and I will prove it in the interview with conversation. You need to, I've had people say they didn't ask any questions in the interview. You know what that's telling the attorney? That you won't ask questions when you don't know something. And that's how the attorney interprets that when we sit there without speaking and only letting them ask questions. You have to discover a lot about them by asking questions. That's another topic altogether. Binge watch a lot of my videos here. Take notes. I said yesterday in a video I should have a t-shirt that says take notes. And that light should go off for you. I cannot tell you how much the Paralegal Inner Circle class and the Cover Letter Secrets class will help you. Just read the testimonials, okay? And that should be enough. So any questions, comments, email me at paralegalcoffeetalk@yahoo.com or comment here. And let's not be bitter if we haven't been able to land a job and we spent all that money on degrees and certificates. And I know in my junior college in Tulsa, where I lived when I became a paralegal, there was no help in finding a job. And that was a red flag to me, big red flag in that program. So you can do this. But instead of bitter, let's get better at how we approach applying for a job and ratchet that up, okay? Have a great day, and I will talk to you in tomorrow's video. Questions, comments, post them in the comments section. Bye.